All across the country, in many different socio-economical environments, from the small undeveloped rural communities to the large and densely populated urban developments, you will find individuals dedicating their efforts to the Epicurean sport of skateboarding. You know, skateboarding is not just for dummies. There are many participants in skateboarding who are well-behaved and law-abiding citizens. I'm qualified to speak on this topic for the many hours I spent in my youth on a skateboard and had an innate desire to be accepted in society instead of the bombardment of negativity steeped in opposition which came from all sides, pushing participants from the mainstream into the fringe of society as outcasts. Quoting, more recently still, research has determined that a human sense of belonging is a vital component of a healthy psychosocial function. End quote. One skater's mom isn't so sure about that, quoting, the kids seem to be good kids. They're not getting into trouble. It's a whole different culture, she continued. I'm not so sure I'm really thrilled with it. Skateboarders have a bad reputation. They have a bad attitude. End quote. Haven't you heard enough of the negative stereotypes associated with skateboarding? It's about time skateboarding is given the same recognition just as other competitive team sports such as football, baseball, or soccer. Society should treat these prominent young enthusiasts as aspiring athletes, giving the youth who skateboard the same respect as they would any other sportsman. It's better that individuals of skateboarding are taught the same principles of character, sportsmanship, and teamwork while in their youth. Those who ride skateboards deserve the benefits of safety and mentorship to guide and direct their pursuits of skateboarding while in the course of life. Skateboarding has many health benefits as well. It's good for breathing, is cardiovascular, great for stretching, and can be aerobic. Quoting, another health benefit for skaters is strength gained. The skater uses muscles to push off, accelerate, and decelerate. Finally, less thought about benefits are balance and coordination, which are the most challenging, said Matt Linden, manager of Regional Sports Medicine, continuing, not only do those benefits exist, but also flexibility increases. The lengthening and contracting of a skater's muscles builds elasticity in them, and while running and biking work the quadriceps, the hamstrings and glutes gain muscle strength from skateboarding and rollerblading. End quote. Skateboarding is a sport just like any other sport. Quoting um, promoter Terry Horseman, he says, skateboarding is rapidly moving from the status of recreation to that of sport. Skateboarding requires many hours and days, even years, of practice to acquire skills, such as balance, coordination, form, and timing. There are also many character building attributes associated with skateboarding, like persistence, dedication, long suffering, and commitment, which leads to accomplishment. It takes a lot of effort with failure before reaching the end goal of landing it for a brief moment of rewards of effort. Another point to consider is not every skateboarder is a high school dropout, uses drugs, involved in vandalism or gang-related behavior. Just because children participate in skateboarding does not make them delinquents. Many skateboarders are exposed to the ills of society because of their involvement with the skateboard. Many of the youth of suburbia are faced with unfavorable conditions of unsupervised play and activities which sometimes occur away from the neighborhoods and schools. Some are even forced to flee the neighborhoods to find a safe place, such as Ishmael Carmona, who said, quoting, in a way, we feel safer skating downtown than in the hood, because the colors we're wearing won't get a shot, end quote. Contending with gangs is a part of Carmona's daily routine, as it is for many in Chicago's pockets of poverty, end quote. The youth who ride skateboards are good citizens, and the future generations of the nation. Skateboarding should be supported by local governments, parents, and schools in the advocacy of skateboarding, giving the youth who ride skateboarders the sense of belonging and encouragement in society, regardless of their immediate image or sometimes antisocial and or authoritative defiant behavior. The main purpose of inclusion of skateboarding in society is to stop the cycle of isolation, separation, and ostracism of the young athletes, bringing them out of the gutters of society and give place for the youth in our communities, a safe haven, a refuge from the ills of the urban developments, allowing them to grow in a world that is predominantly against them, to give place for the skateboarder at parks in our neighborhoods away from crime, gang members, thugs, and unwanted violence that is found on the streets. Skateboarding is still not a crime, although it has been criminalized. The rights of the youth in America, despite the choice of wholesome recreational pursuits of happiness, should not be infringed upon by local governments, but supported and given a chance in society and not a death sentence. Thank you.